Max Holloway coming out. How do you see that one going to UFC 308?
Honestly, I think Max might piece him up. Ilya's very, very skilled. Ilya's, up there top 3 pound for pound, in my opinion. So, I'm very, very excited for that fight. I haven't been this excited for a fight for a while, so I'm looking forward to that one. But I think Max potentially could piece him up.
Sean, back over here. How different was this camp compared to Aljamain Sterling? Both teammates, both like to wrestle. That camp, you were injured with a rib, so like you were kind of limited on wrestling. Like, how different was this camp?
I would say that camp, I'd give it a D plus. Like I was able to still run. I was still able to do my hill sprints. I was still able to hit mitts. I was able to get in good like kickboxing shape. But as far as like jiu-jitsu shape, grappling shape, there was, from 6 weeks out to the fight, there was none, zero. So that camp wasn't necessarily great. This camp, I'd give it an A. I think this camp's been fucking excellent, and it needs to be, because Merab's very, very dangerous. So it needed to be a good camp. It was a good camp, and I'm excited to go out there and perform for everyone.
How bummed were you to not have Tommy compete on the Contender Series?
Yeah, that sucks, man. He'll grow from it. It'll be a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson to everybody in the gym. It's like, when you're that close to the fight, we gotta be smarter. And but yeah, that was tough. But it'll go by fast. He'll be back. He'll be on it, and he'll do his thing.
And finally for me, was there a Mexican fighter in the UFC that you liked watching, or that inspired you?
A Mexican fighter. I just think Kelvin Gastelum off the top of my head. His fight versus Izzy, that was the first one that came to my mind. But Mexicans are just they're always fun. They're always in a good fight. They're always tough. They're hard as fuck to knock out. And but yeah.
Sean over here. Sean, going back to Contender Series, obviously some fighters get built up outside the promotion and then they come over and it's a big deal. What benefit do you feel you had specifically pretty much growing up under the UFC banner?
Yeah, each fight you get to go and perform on the UFC under the UFC platform is a huge benefit. Like there's just no eyeballs anywhere else like the UFC. So for me to be able to go there and build myself from when I started to now, it's like every fight I become a little bit more popular, and so it's a huge benefit doing that under the UFC.
Got a couple more from your reaction. Do you think Merab should have to give you back your jacket if you win?
He doesn't have it. He borrowed it because I gave it to him. His nose looks like a fucking coat hanger. I was talking shit to Aljo. That's the thing. You clearly see in the video that I take my jacket off and I put it on the handle. People are like, "Oh, Merab stole your jacket." He didn't steal it. I let him hold it for me. So I still have it.
And then the last one, just for the record, do you feel you're more Mexican than Merab, headlining Mexican Independence Day?
100%. I have a Mexican family.
Thank you.
Sean, right over here. In the past year, just how would you describe what being a champion has been like? Winning the title in Boston, defending it, how would you describe what that's been like?
Before I was champ, I told myself I need to live like I'm a champ. As far as what I'm doing training, what I'm doing outside the gym, I need to live like a champion if I want to become a champion. So I've been doing it for a while. Same shit, like train, recover, COD, train. Like it's a very basic lifestyle for the most part.
Back last September, you got to go up to Missoula and celebrate with the Grizzly football team. You got to be celebrated at the stadium in front of thousands of fans. Can you just describe what that was like being celebrated in Montana in front of the stadium like that?
Yeah, that was cool. That was felt good to go back home and be celebrated. Montana's, I'm born and raised there. It kind of molded me as a fighter, so that was cool.
And then not long after that, you did the Town Pump event in Helena. Like, do those events mean more because it's where you grew up when you look back at it?
Yeah, it's funny just going to places like my hometown, seeing high schoolers stand in line to get a picture with me. Like I would have been standing in line to see someone that had made it from hometown. So I saw a lot of my younger selves in those guys. So yeah, it was cool.
And then your siblings have been a big part of your life as well. And we're going to be be speaking with them tomorrow, but Michael has obviously had kind of a remarkable story in his own right and kind of a path for himself. Like, as his younger brother, what's it like kind of seeing the trials and tribulations your older brother has powered through to kind of get to where he is now?
Yeah, I thought that dude was definitely gonna be dead. I lived in Arizona for like 8 years before he did. He was back in Montana, addicted to drugs, like way off on the deep end. And I thought that dude, I completely emotionally was not attached to him at all. Like I thought he was gonna die eventually. So for him to get sober, move to Arizona, and like be a part of my life now is fucking. It's inspiring, honestly, because addiction's no joke, and he's battles it every day, but he's winning. So it's cool to see.
How proud are you of him, and how much does he mean to you, just knowing his path?
Very proud of him.
Last one for me. Obviously, you talked about Tommy McMillan. Just what can you say about him as a fighter? Another up and coming Montana guy. Just how would you describe just his ability as an undefeated pro?
Yeah, Tommy's very durable, very fucking skilled, good mindset, and I'm excited to watch his career play out.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean?
Sean, you said you ranked Ilya top 3 pound for pound. Where do you feel that you rank in your own top pound for pound?
Number 1, of course.
All right, then who's number 2?
John Jones, he's got fucking dogs, he shoots guns. No, I'm just
Sean, one more please.
Yeah.
Who would be your dream artist to perform a concert at the Sphere?
Damn, dream artist. That's tricky because there's so many, but I know that Mexican OT is coming out to support, so that's dope.
Great choice. Thank you, man.
Yep. Peace.